What's up, everybody? How are we doing? All right. This is live, so remember you can leave a comment or whatever you want to do. Leave a comment and it'll pop up in case you want to ask our prestigious guest from across the ocean. We might even let him know what it is, and he might even actually answer them. So this could be cool. All right. Anyway, everybody, please welcome the distinguished Brook Ellingworth to the show, please. What's up, brother?
What's up, David? Good to see you again, man.
Man, Julie told me you was coming back on the show, and I was like, is he coming in the studio? And she's like, no. And I was like, damn, we had so much fun sitting here just shooting the shit.
I know, man. I was trying to make it work with my schedule, but it's just been nuts.
Tell me what's been going on, man. I mean, you got a lot of crap. I've been watching you on the Facebook stuff, posting stuff, and you just been like playing everywhere, cutting an album, releasing an album, doing all kinds of good shit.
Yeah, man, I've been busy. It's definitely the busiest I've ever been. I'm back in Nashville at the moment. The PR company brought me out here for CRS, so I was doing country radio seminar for the 3 days. That was incredible. It was my first time doing it. So, popped my CRS cherry. And then we launched an album on Friday. I also launched a single before the album whilst I was here on Valentine's Day, Roadmap to Your Heart. We did that.
Yeah.
Album came out Friday, did a launch show over at the 5 Spot, and it's probably one of the best nights of my life. And now I'm just coming down from it all, really.
Yeah.
That like crash of adrenaline and emotions.
Oh, yeah.
It hit me like a freight train the last couple of days. And obviously Fat Tuesday was yesterday. So went out and had a few last night.
Well, yeah, you got to have a couple.
To say the least.
Dude, that's awesome. I love that for you.
Thanks, man.
I mean, your stuff is so good and it's fresh and it's stuff that I think a lot of the old country used to be, with that heartfelt storytelling that you do. I love it.
Well, so do I. So that makes the two of us.
Yeah. Now we can just get like 2-3 million other people to like it. So
basically, I mean, that's why we're here. That's why I still have this addiction on coming back to Nashville. I swear to God, drugs would be cheaper.
No.
But no.
Every now and then you might, but no.
No.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I always love coming back here, and every trip gets bigger and bigger and bigger. This has definitely been the biggest with the album and everything. And I thought my last one was when we recorded the album. We did it last May. We tracked everything over at Curb Studios.
Yeah.
And Jake Burns produced it, and we had a killer band. And I thought that was my biggest trip. And then this one came around.
I think it's when you was on the show, wasn't it?
Was it May?
I think it was because you had just left the studio or something.
That's right. Yeah. I was. I think I just finished tracking vocals or something for like the first day.
Yeah.
And I was staying with a friend over in Nolansville.
Yeah.
So I was closer to you.
Yeah.
You're that direction, aren't you?
Well, I'm in Portland, but we're hoping to change that pretty soon. So.
Oh, cool. Thinking of moving?
Thinking about putting a studio in Nashville if everything goes right. So that way
well, congratulations when that does happen.
Well, I mean, that way when you get done cutting tracks, you can just come over and hang out. We can do a show or we can sit around and shoot shit. That doesn't matter to me.
I'm down with either. I mean, it's the same thing, really, isn't it?
Pretty much. And thanks, by the way. I got a kick out of that. When you took that shirt I gave you and you cut the sleeves off of it and you went and worked out in the daggum shirt and posted it on Facebook. I got a kick out of that. I was like, dude, we're in England.
Hey, it's what I usually do. Shout out to my Nashville fam. Sleeves are for nerds.
Yeah,
I'm wearing them right now. It's a nerdy day. It's
yeah.
freaking cold here actually, but yeah, no, of course that's always in rotation. It's always in the dirty pile. The David Bradley Show T-shirt.
There you go. Yeah, man. I was floored this morning. I got up. It was 50 degrees, and I'm like, okay, well, this might be a halfway decent day. Had a truck break down. Freaking drops down. And time I got home this afternoon, it was 37 degrees, and I was like, holy crap! It was spitting snow outside.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Holy crap! Dang. I mean, it has definitely dropped. But last week, the weather here was like it's like British summer.
Yeah.
It was that nice for me. And I saw a couple other Brits in town. They were like, "Oh, this weather's like what we get like 3 weeks of this a year during the summer."
Yeah.
And it just dropped back down again. Like it's unpredictable, which is great. I mean, it keeps you on your toes, keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
I actually went and dropped by the Aristo office earlier, and I don't think I knew this, or maybe I did know it and I just forgot it. But I didn't know that you were a truck driver.
Yeah. Yeah. I did lights and sound on the weekend and drove a big truck during the week.
So, what did you think of my song "Truck Stop"?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great. So, and that's something else that a lot of people don't do. Ever since Red Savine and a bunch of other ones, Jerry Reed. You don't hear a lot of trucking songs anymore.
Mm.
And then when you came out with that, it was refreshing to hear it. Because it's a lot of things go to the wayside. But you got to remember, you got probably 1 million truck drivers out there on the road, and they're listening to music all day long, or they're listening to podcasts, or they're listening to something going on,
Yeah, I mean, well, that's like what I always do whenever I'm driving. I mean, I'm not a truck driver, but yeah, it's always podcast or some sort of playlist or some friend's new album, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, all those truck drivers out there, go and stream my album. You're going to love it.
Oh, yeah. And it's, well, I mean, when I was younger, it was, I had a briefcase that was full of cassette tapes.
Mm.
So I could always just grab a cassette and I'd listen to it from start to finish,
And then chuck it back in the case, start a new one.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they'll buy a whole album just for one song.
Yeah.
But in the way it today is, I mean, you can just buy the one song and stream it forever.
And not hear the rest of them. It's very true. Yeah, go and buy an album. Don't just buy a single.
I prefer the album. It's and I'll be honest with you, I'm an old vinyl guy. I love vinyl.
Oh, dude, so am I.
I love it. I mean, I went and seen Nikki Stringfield and her husband, Patrick Kennison. They did a small 2-person acoustic tour.
Yeah.
And I went and seen them. And she had actually brung a couple of albums that she was on and her and Patrick were on. And I was just like, dude, I got to have them. Give me them too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, we love fans like you, David.
Yeah. Well, it's, dude, I think y'all can stream and download and do all that stuff you want to out there. But I think the artist and the craft is most important with an album.
Yeah.
I love an album. So your next album's got to be on vinyl.
This one will be on vinyl.
Will it?
It will be. It's going to happen. I had everything else tied up in this trip and coming out here and spending all my time on this. All I need to do is design the sleeves.
Yeah.
It's already been mastered for vinyl. I've got the masters for vinyl ready to go,
awesome.
Ready to press. I just need to finish off the sleeve designs and find that few grand that's burning a hole in my pocket whenever that day comes along. And Vinyl ain't cheap to print, I'll tell you that.
We all waiting on a few grand to hit that pocket. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Everyone is. Everyone's always lifting up the sofa cushions.
Oh yeah.
And no, it will be on vinyl this spring. I want to say end of April, beginning of May or something. There'll be vinyl, and I'll make sure to get one out to you.
Dude, just let me know. I'll buy it.
Sounds
I support, baby. I support.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm on the same page as you with the whole being a bit of a vinyl buff and a bit of a nerd in that category. I am, I'm hugely into it. It's dangerous, you know. You go and have a couple of beers, and there's a vinyl shop down the road. Let's go and have a look. And then you dig in, and then you find a first pressing of something, and you're like,
oh yeah,
should I drop 80 quid on a Rolling Stones record? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then you go and have a few more beers, and you get home, and you're like, where did this vinyl come from?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I was real big about when I knew an album was coming out. I was at the local record store waiting on it to hit, you know. And oh God, I wish I still had this album, but I actually bought the Bon Jovi Slippery When Wet, the first pressing, because they released the first pressing and then they had to do away with the album cover because it was considered too sexy.
Well, you can see why.
Well, yeah, you know. Then they went for the black with the raindrops on it and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was actually that was a trash bag.
Yeah.
That they spray painted on.
Yeah.
It was just wet and they spray painted over it. And they was like, that'll do. You know, like, yeah, the girl with the slippery when wet top was. They're hard to find, man. They're really, really hard to find. I think Henry wants to say
what was that?
It's either that or he just really likes the first Slippery When Wet album cover. He's like, I completely agree. Henry.
No. What kind of dog is that?
Oh, it's my friend's dog. Here he is. I'll show him to you.
Poochie.
He's going to get us some more views. Hey, Henry.
Hey.
To the world, baby.
He's a mouthy one. I like it.
He's a good boy.
You sitting there talking about Slippery When Wet, and he was just
yeah. He's a big Bon Jovi fan, I think.
It's possible.
No, that was one of my favorite. That was one of my first favorite albums. Was the Slippery When Wet record.
Yeah. Well, see, my first album I ever bought was Kiss Rock and Roll Over, and I was buying a lot of the first presses as they were coming out. Cat's Music Store back in the day, man.
Yeah. It's the nostalgia in it. And, yeah. Even like favorite artists or something, they're going to release a record. I'm going to pre-order it. And it's not the same as, especially in England. I feel like you can do it here, especially in Nashville at, is it Grimey's?
Yeah.
I feel like you can probably still do that, and you can go there and you can get first pressings as soon as they hit the shelves.
Right.
But in the UK, with country not being, as big as it is, I mean, it's growing, don't get me wrong, but I can't really do that. I'd have to just pre-save.
Yeah. Well, I know downtown they've got it's a club called the Vinyl Lounge, and right next door to the Vinyl Lounge is where they press albums and stuff. So,
is that so? I've heard about the Vinyl Lounge. I didn't know that the place next door or the building next door actually pressed them.
It's called the Vinyl Lab.
Yeah, the Vinyl Lab.
It's okay. David will get it right one day.
Caitlin works sound down there every now and then, so she knows more about it than I do.
Well, I just book engineers there now.
Yeah, well, you're moving on up.
Trying.
Are there performers in there or not?
Yeah, they got performers at the Vinyl Lounge. They've got a stage and all kinds of stuff.
You mean the Vinyl Lab?
No, Vinyl Lounge.
No, the Vinyl Lab is very small.
The Vinyl Lab is where they press the albums, and it's smaller. So
I got you.
You could probably pay them to press your album and then do a video of you actually in there pressing an album.
That would be sick.
That would be cool.
But I'm still based in the UK, so then I've got to have someone over here to ship everything, or either that, or I ship all the vinyl to the UK from Nashville.
Yeah,
it all adds up.
It
would be really cool, though. Don't get me wrong.
Ain't nothing but money, brother.
Yeah. It's a grind, man.
That thing everybody's chasing all the time, looking for that dollar.
Hey, I need to bring you one of these next time I see you. The next time I'm in town, hopefully we can do one of these in person. We'll try and make it work. But I did some roll the dice koozies.
Oh, sweet.
For the album launch.
I love that.
So I'll either bring one. I'll bring a few with me next time I see you, or when the vinyl comes out, I'll just slip a few in there.
There you go. We'll get it done one way or another.
Oh yeah.
Because hopefully, like I said, things go right. We should hopefully be in Nashville doing the show from there. Everybody keeps telling me to keep my mouth shut, but I'm excited.
Yeah, okay. I'll stop asking questions then. Otherwise, you're going to spill the tea on everything.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you get so excited about something, and you're just proud of yourself to actually be able to do something and add more to help an artist out and getting the word out and getting them out in the airways. And I mean, hell, this show's on. I think the last time I pulled the stats on it, we're in like 22 countries now. So
there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I love the crap out of it.
And your t-shirts, at least in one gym in the UK.
Yep, I know my t-shirts in the UK. I can't remember the name of the place. It's over in Australia. I think there's a t-shirt over there and a couple other places.
Yeah, start spreading them out, man. Start spreading them out. Or if you're listening.
Yeah, if you're listening.
Grab a t-shirt. David will send you one.
Just go to www.thedavidbradleyshow and then go to the top right corner and it says merch.
Go smash it.
Yep. Hoodies, t-shirts, all the good stuff.
The t-shirt plug in the middle of the show.
Now we get to plug your stuff. Show again.
Rachel Meadows Whitworth said, "Love the accent. Where's he from?"
Rachel, he is actually outside of Oxford in England.
Yep. I live in the countryside out in South Oxfordshire.
Yeah.
Thanks for loving my accent. I appreciate it. And thanks for asking where I'm from instead of guessing that I'm from Australia, because most people think
that. That's what I love the most about you, though. You got that accent, man. It throws people from...
It throws everyone. Even people in Oxford, they're like, "So where are you from?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm from here." And they're like... They think I'm joshing them, but I'm not.
Yeah.
If you meet anyone else from Oxford, they're not going to sound like me.
Yeah. Well, you've honestly got like a country type English accent.
Yeah.
Probably the way you was raised.
I just blame it on the country music and the bad addiction of coming back and forth to Nashville.
Yeah. Well, it's addicting trips.
It's a pretty good one to have, I do love it here, and yeah, I've got a whole Nashville family. It's great. There's a whole community I just slot back into.
How many hours are you on a plane?
What was it? It's about 9.
That ain't bad, actually.
Or if the plane gets the wind up its arse, it'll be about 8.5, something like that.
Sweet.
It's always quicker going back, and then 6-hour time difference. So we're 6 hours. Well, Nashville's 6 hours behind. So coming out's great. Going home kind of sucks. Kind of takes me about 10 days to acclimate.
Yeah.
Get back to normal.
Well, that's why I was curious about the jet lag, because I've talked to a lot of artists that have done like UK tours and Germany and all over in there.
Yeah.
And they said when they got back home, jet lag was just unreal.
Yeah, I find it easier coming out here because then I'm like waking up early. I'm like, no matter what time I go to bed, I'm gonna like the first week and a half, first 10 days, I'm gonna be up at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Wide awake. I could go to bed at 3 a.m. I'm gonna wake up at 6 feeling great. And I'm like, how does this work? And then I go home and it's the struggle.
Yeah.
It's the struggle of getting to sleep and trying to get enough sleep and just trying to get back on that pattern. And yeah, I love it coming out here.
Sweet. Well,
going back that way, I've got to take a few days.
Well, I mean, are you going to come out for CMA Fest this year?
Potentially.
Talk to
I'm
them.
not going
Great.
to be like David Bradley and give everything away, but potentially.
Talk to them PR people. Say, hey.
Well, I did today. We had a conversation about it. So
sweet.
I think there's some wheels in motion. Going to see what we can make happen.
Yeah, because it's amazing how much actually goes into the planning for CRS and CMA Fest and all the stuff. Then you get into the award ceremonies and stuff. You've got, the Josie Awards, and then you've got CMA Award Show, and it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude, it is mad. Being a part of CRS this year was incredible.
Yep.
It was I felt honored to be there, and
well, I was going to try and make it, but this old boy come down with, I don't know what the heck it was, and I got sick as a dog.
Oh yeah, some sort of lurgy.
Yeah, and there was no way, because I'm a real big on, if I'm sick and I can make it out, I'm not going to, because I don't want anybody else getting sick.
I do the same thing. And I appreciate you for that, because there's not a lot of people that do that.
No, there's a lot of people, they don't care. They just go on out and run around and whatever, but
cough over everything in Kroger.
Yeah. Get in a truck with them. They're coughing and everything else, Yeah, no, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, no, thank you. I had some folks at CRS that I met, and they were just like, God, I really hope that I don't come down with whatever CRS has in store for us this time, because apparently like every time there's a few people that get ill, or at least a bunch of people get ill from something, which I mean, it makes sense. It's a huge networking event. Everyone's shaking hands and kissing babies. And especially it being in February, prime time for a cold, isn't it?
Well, it's last year we did CMA Fest, and I think this year when we go to CMA Fest, I'm going to insist that everybody's got hand sanitizer and everything else laying around just in case.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea. Yeah. Well, you're shaking a load of hands.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I was doing a show. I think it was a live show I was doing, and right in the middle of the show, I just lost my voice. I could barely talk. And I was like, okay, well, I'll get a shot of something over here off the bar, and maybe that'll burn it out. I didn't even feel it.
Dang.
It was that bad. But I finished the show. Couldn't hardly talk, but I finished the show.
Good. That's good.
What's that saying? On with the show.
I have to be careful every time I come out here in the summer. I don't get allergies back home or anything, or hay fever. But every time I come out to Nashville, and it's not just me. I think I've spoken to a bunch of singers before, and I'm like, is this normal? And they're like, oh yeah, like everyone struggles with their voice in the summer. I was like, oh, surely it can't be everyone, but I definitely do when I come out here. So I've got to like watch how much I drink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll be pounding the throat coat tea every day, and all the vocal zones and throat sprays. And
well, you got
sometimes it will still get you. I'm like,
well, I mean, you've got all the like state fairs and stuff going on, and there's a lot of artists that play those fairs and everything. A lot of artists are outside and they're singing, and they're more prone to all that pollen and all that other crap. It's just it's not a good thing.
No, it's tough, and especially I mean, like with my album, there's a few songs that they got like big jumps in them, and there's high parts in them, and I feel like it was the first time it's going to be my living on a prayer like it was to Bon Jovi, and the fact that he regrets that key change. There's no key change in it, but I guarantee someday down the line I'll be like, why did I do that?
Oh yeah, I can't even hit that anymore. What the hell?
Yeah.
I think it's funny. But yeah, I mean, it's just every freaking year, man. It's always something. I mean, ever since I started this show, I still got the day job.
Yeah.
And it's like every freaking year during the wintertime, I'm getting sick. The grandkids got something, then I catch it, and it's just crazy around here.
Best thing to do is just drink more.
I thought about that.
All the alcohol is going to kill something, isn't it?
Well, they clean instruments and stuff with alcohol. So, I mean,
Yeah, it'll freaking clean your pipes out. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Keep them sterile.
Get drunk on the podcast. That'd be real interesting.
We can do that next time I'm in town. Have like a few cocktails.
It could be like drunk history.
Yeah, it'd be like drunk history. I don't know
if you've seen that, but it's hilarious.
I've heard it.
I'll check it out this evening.
It's people getting plastered and then trying to talk about American history.
Yeah.
No. That sounds like me and my dad having a conversation.
I was sitting there thinking, hell, get drunk and just try to talk about guitar changes and all that stuff. That would be hilarious.
Yeah. But then I don't know if I don't know. I'd have to speak to the PR team about that. See if they'd be happy with it. They'd be like, "God, we don't know what he's going to say."
No, you can do anything you want to here as long as everybody agrees.
Yeah, they've hung out with me before. They know because I'm like, well, maybe this could either be a great idea or a career-ending idea.
Hey, you never know. You never freaking know, man. It's crazy as all get out. Lord of mercy. I'm gonna have to go.
Cheers to that.
I'm gonna have to stream your daggum because I thought it wasn't coming out yet, and then Julie sent me your info and everything and said that it come out February 28th. So I'm gonna have to go and listen to the whole album.
Oh yeah, dude, do for sure. You're gonna love it. Have you heard Truck Stops yet?
Yeah, I heard it. I liked it. But I know it's been almost a month since I heard it.
Yeah. It came out in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah, because Julie told me, she said, Brook just released a song, and I'm like, cool, send it to me. And I think it was like a couple of days later, I listened to it while I was at work. And the guy that's our lead man on the yard.
Yeah.
He was sitting there with me listening to it, and he's like, man, I like that. I said, well, go to brookellingworth.com and you can get all his stuff.
Appreciate it.
Hey, we give shout outs, man.
I want you on that CV radio, dude, when you're working next. It'll be like Convoy, and you're there just like rubber duck, listen to Roll the Dice.
Yeah, I'm going to tell, I got to work in the morning. So when I go in, I'm going to be sure and tell him that your whole album dropped. So.
Yeah, dude, get it playing around the whole yard. That'd be sweet.
Well,
you're gonna love all the songs, all the stories. the ups and downs. Obviously, Truck Stops on there, like it was the first time's on there. The latest one, Roadmap to Your Heart, that was the last. That came out on Valentine's Day. That was the last single before the album came out. That one kicks off the record. And
how's it doing?
Yeah, it's doing great.
That is awesome.
It's doing great. It's probably the best performing song, streamer wise and stat wise and everything and radio wise that I've had so far. So it's definitely doing its job. It's doing its magic. It's a great song. I wrote it with a good buddy of mine called George Huxtable.
Yeah.
He goes by Hux, Hux. You can go and check his music out everywhere. He's not country, but he's one hell of a songwriter, one hell of a singer. His songs are beautiful. That's the reason that we've worked together before, and we still do.
That's awesome.
So yeah, no, there are some great songs on there. There's a ton of stories. There's some sad songs. There's some beer drinking songs. There's some driving songs. Heartbreak, love, loss, everything in between. It's a ride. It's a ride, and it's my new baby.
Well, see, one of the things I was talking to somebody else about this the other day. One of the things that I would like to hear, because back in the day, Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah,
that was your off-road party, beer drinking, have fun song.
Yeah,
and then Garth Brooks come up, and then I think the last one I heard was Jason Aldean's "Take a Little Ride with Me."
Right.
And I'm just like, since then, there really hasn't been like a off-roading, out in the woods, beer drinking, fun party song.
Right.
And that's what I've been kind of looking for. I'm hoping somebody can put one together and write it.
Have I gotten out? And I don't have an out in the woods and the sticks, beer drinking bonfire song. I could definitely do one.
Yeah, you need to.
I'm gonna write a river song because I'm going to one of my favorite places in the world next week. Whilst I'm here, and it's just inspires me every time. And those trees could talk.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if you want to hear. So there's definitely gonna be like a river drinking song and all that sort of thing that I'm gonna try and get under my belt. But Roosters on the record, that's a great bar song.
Yeah.
At least I think it is.
See, we're trying to pump you to write more. We're trying to pump you to write more. Put more stuff out.
That's what this stuff does too.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
No, these trips, like this trip is a 5-week trip. So I've sort of got all the work side of stuff already done, out the way. The show's done. My parents even flew out for the show. How cool is that?
Oh man, that's awesome.
We did it over at the 5 Spot, and we packed the place out and had a great band for it. And now it's a couple days wind down, try and sweat some of that alcohol out from the last couple weeks from networking and everything.
Oh,
and then and now we're sort of getting into the songwriting part of the trip. So there's going to be hopefully get a lot of material out of it and start getting those wheels turning for the next project.
Yeah, because if I knew you was doing a release party down there at PR at the 5 Spot, I'd have definitely come down there.
Well, you need to be following my socials more, David.
Dude, I love you and all, but do you know how many socials I freaking follow on here?
Well, shit, put notifications on for it. I don't know.
Text me, damn it.
Yeah, no, that's my fault. I should have sent you an invite.
Tell the PR people, hey, tell that David dude that we're going to be over here.
Actually, they did put it on the last press release.
Say I didn't even get the press release. We'll have to get on to them.
Oh Lord.
Dude, I get like 100 emails a day, press releases, all kinds of stuff.
I bet.
I mean, it's just because it's been.
If you check your junk folder, that's where all the Brook Ellingworths are going to be.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll highlight it and put it on my favorites. That way, I'll get it.
I appreciate
it. Got to have it on the favorites.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Well, we'll definitely be connecting if I end up back here in June, and the next time I roll into town, I'll do another show, and we'll do another full band thing and book a place, and you'll have to come down for that one.
Well, I'm hoping you can make it in, and your people talk to my people, and everything aligns, and the planets, all that good stuff, and maybe we'll get you on the show down there at CMA Fest. That would be fun.
We can definitely do that, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
If as you say, if the planets align.
Yep.
We'll be rocking, man.
Yeah. It'll be a lot of damn fun.
Yeah. Plus, I've only been to CMA Fest for like a Sunday, and I don't remember where I was. It was a trip in 22, I think, and I just come back from somewhere. I was away for most of the weekend. Came back, I was like, "Oh crap, it's CMA Fest." I went and saw some friends play on the smaller stages. I remember it being hot as balls that day, though.
Yeah,
it gets real hot.
Yeah. Now, Julie's chiming in on the comment. She said, let us know when you are coming back and we can go to dinner. I guess Julie's buying dinner for everybody.
Jules, you buying dinner? That sounds great.
I'm telling you, we'll just make Julie pay for it.
No, we can't do that. Hopefully I get a few streams. Maybe that'll pay for it. That sounds great. No,
I think that's what we're all doing. Is we're just all hoping for a few streams to make at least 5 cents.
At least like a cup of coffee. What's that?
Yeah.
Like 300,000 streams?
I don't know. I mean, it's because I've got a host that does all my podcast stuff and everything. I remember the first paycheck I got from them was 0.004 cents.
Oh, that's good.
And I laughed my butt off. I
was about to tell you mine, but I don't want to now.
Well, mine's way lower. I mean,
So I got my first one. I don't know. They did it like end of the year, I think. It was either like beginning of January or it was like just before Christmas. And I got like my first one through. It was £1.21.
Wow.
And I screenshotted it and I've saved it and it's on a folder and I'm going to print it out and frame it because I'm like that. I did the same thing as you. I was like, this is fucking hilarious.
Well, me and Julie was actually sitting there laughing about it. And a big tradition around a lot of the states is the first money you ever make, you're supposed to, like the first dollar you make or something like that, you're supposed to put it in a frame and hang it up.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting. I think she printed it off and got the frame, but we're going to take 4 pennies and put on each corner.
There we go. I love that. I did the same thing with my first tip that I ever. So the first money I ever made in the States. I guess I did the same thing. Was $10. I was playing Shiner's Saloon, downtown Austin.
Yeah.
And a guy called Rich Lockhart, great musician. Go and check him out if you're in the area in Austin, Texas. And he was kind enough to let me get up and play a few songs. And at the end, we were drinking JMO shots like the rest of the night, like the sun wasn't going to come back up.
Oh yeah.
And he just goes at the end of the night and just goes, "There you go, dude." I was like, "No, you don't need to give me anything." He was like, "No, she tipped you. She didn't tip me. She tipped you when you were playing. And I didn't spend it. I put it in the bottom of the boot, stuck it in my bag, flew back with it, and found it a few weeks later. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. So it's now framed up in my writer's room. So every time I'm writing, there's always these little mementos, they're always looking at you, reminding you of what you've done and what inspires you. So yeah, $10.
That's awesome. That's way more than me. I didn't write a song though, so.
I don't even know if it was my song that I played. Maybe I owe that $10 to someone else.
You never know. At least you made some money. And that's what I want from everybody, that write songs and put in the work and spend the money to create that song and put it out. I want them to at least recoup what you put into it, at least that,
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a part of the dream, that's for sure. But you just got to keep plugging away, keep grinding at it, and hoping that one day you can maybe make that back.
Yeah. When did your dream start?
When did my dream start? About 8 years old. That's when I really fell in love with music, and that's when I knew I wanted to play music. I started playing guitar, and that dream happened pretty quick. Of just like me realizing that this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And watching all these bands and listening to all these records and being like, that is what I want to do.
And see, that dream never hit me like that. I mean, it was more like, Dad sang bass at the church choir.
Yeah.
And I think I was like 10 or 11. And Papa Joe played guitar there. And I kept trying to learn the guitar from him. But I could never get this hand to coincide with this hand. I was always screwing it up or doing something wrong. Just could never get it. And that's when I kind of lost interest in actually playing an instrument. But, Dad would get me up there after my voice dropped and the bass come into me. We would get up there and he would sing the real bassy parts. And my bass was a little bit higher than his, but we had the bass section covered.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
I bet. I mean, if you've got a deep voice and your dad had an even deeper voice. Shit.
Oh, yeah. Hey, dude, it was crazy. Dad was cool. I wish he was still around. He was a country dancing fool, man.
Well, cheers to him.
Dude, he learned how to country line dance and do all the country dances where he worked at the time.
Which was where? Where did he work?
He worked at Nissan when they first started.
Oh, okay.
And he worked out there, and they had somebody had come in and was teaching line dancing and all that other stuff. And he learned all that stuff. And there was a place out here in Madison called Denim and Diamonds. Back in the day, it's way back in the day. And he'd invite me out there every now and then. I'd go out there and dude, I was amazed. Dad was there with Mom, okay?
Yeah.
But other women would come up and ask Mom if it was okay if they danced with him.
He was that good, huh?
Dad was that freaking good. And he was funny. He was good, He was cool as all get up.
Well, I think I just found myself a new goal.
Country dancing.
Country dancing, yeah. I mean, I've done some line dancing before, like parties and whatnot. But yeah, no, it's definitely on my list of it's somewhere on my to-do list.
Yeah. Well,
learn how to do it properly. And there's this, I believe there's somewhere back home that's near my village that does line dancing on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
But it's probably gonna be me and a bunch of 8-year-olds.
Or 70-year-olds.
Or 70. Or 70, you know.
Better watch out. Grandma will be pinching you.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to wear my cowboy cuts and hoik those fuckers up.
See, when you come back over, go to Broadway, and every now and then down there during the weekend, you'll see them line up. They'll line dance in the freaking street down there.
Oh, that's cool. I've never seen that. I don't really go down there much anymore, to be honest. And if I do, I just go to Roberts.
Yeah.
That's sort of my rule.
Well, I was born and raised here. Broadway has been around as long as I have. So
yeah,
I'll go down there, and like if I get invited by an artist or something to see him come play a show or something, I might go down there for that. But other than that, I try to stay away from down there.
Are you throwing shade right now because I didn't invite you to my show?
No, I wouldn't do that to you. But if I had known, I would have been there.
Oh, no, I know. I definitely know that you would have been. Yeah, CRS had me in a fog. I'll tell you that.
Dude,
just trying to remember everyone's names.
I'm hoping next year when CRS comes around, I'm hoping I'm not sick. I need to go like in a bubble for a month
beforehand.
Yeah.
Hibernate.
And then go down there and have like a fresh air respirator and all this stuff on.
They're gonna be like, "Who's Darth Vader?"
Yeah. Luke, I am your father.
I've been rewatching those.
Have you?
Yeah.
Whereabouts are you?
A New Hope. I go in chronological order.
Oh, good.
All the series, those are kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. All the series, that's a toughie. And then I don't know, the newer stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
finished Rogue One last night, so tonight will be.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a great time.
That's what I'm thinking about doing for this weekend. I might just sit on the couch and watch Star Wars.
No, you won't. You'll be asleep.
I could do that too. There's nothing wrong with beauty sleep and watching Star Wars. It's fine.
Fair.
That sounds like the perfect weekend right there.
I'm telling you. With everything going on, it gets crazy.
That's wild.
Oh yeah.
I'm going camping this weekend.
Dude, I'm jealous.
There'll be no Star Wars.
Are you doing the tent and the whole 9 yards, or?
Depends on the weather, I guess. If it's completely freezing, maybe not. I think it's maybe pretty nice. So if it is pretty nice, yeah, I'll be in a tent. The folks I'm going with all have campers, so kind of goes from camping to glamping. Yeah, you know.
Well,
I've been invited to stay on one of the campers, which is really, really great, and I got no idea what's going to happen. It's sort of all up in the air for me. I know where we're going. I've never heard of the place. I haven't really looked into it, but I trust them. It's going to be fun. Going to go down there for 3 nights and pick songs around a campfire and get some steps in.
And have nothing but fun.
And drink my weight in beer.
There you go. You're sterilizing against the colds.
Precisely. For health reasons.
It's all for health.
It's all for health and songwriting, baby. That's what it's about.
I love it. Oh, Lord. Well, Brooke, we got to get out of here, buddy.
Yeah. Sure thing, man.
Good seeing you again, man.
Dude, thank you so much for having me back on. And I really hope you enjoy the record. I know you will. And I'll be in touch. I'll take the t-shirt to the gym again. I'll tag you.
Once you get back.
Yeah, man. You know it.
All the good stuff. Tell everybody where they can find you.
If I'm not on the David Bradley show, you can find me. You can find me at Brook Ellingworth Music on all the socials. Brook Ellingworth is my name. That's where you're going to find me on all the streaming platforms. Brook Ellingworth Music, YouTube, and brookellingworth.com for the website where you can find news, new releases, a link to the album, and any tour dates.
Awesome. I love it. And everybody go and stream Roll the Dice.
Roll them, baby.
Roll them. That's a good name for a song for the album. I love it.
Too late now.
I love it. I love it. All right, brother. We're going to get off here and stick around for a few minutes. I'll come back to you.
You got it, bro.
All right. We'll see you. All right, everybody. Y'all go and stream Brook Ellingworth on all the Spotify's and all the Amazon and everything else. Y'all go check it out. His new album dropped. And I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's some really good stuff. I've got to actually go and stream all of it myself because I didn't know he'd already dropped it on February 28th. So we're going to go check him out, and y'all stick around. The next show popping up is Rebecca Gilbert, and I think y'all were going to love that. It was a really good show, and we're going to get out of here. Like, follow, share, subscribe. It helps us all. Love y'all. Mean it. Bye.